We see that the cyclonic storm is really gaining momentum. It's going to make its landfall in a little while from now, but we see the rains that has battered areas of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. This is the southern coastal region of Andhra Pradesh where our correspondent Pramod is right now standing, where the landfall is going to, where the cyclone is going to make its landfall. It's going to be hit in the next 20 minutes or so. It's likely to make its landfall. The IMD has warned people against venturing out into these areas. Pramod tells us, despite all those warnings, you still see people moving towards those danger areas that are marked against safety. Let me cut across to Pramod as well. Pramod, what exactly has the IMD directed to the people living in those areas across Bapatla where that landfall is about to make? The cyclone is about to make its landfall any time now.
Not just IMD, and they have also given instructions to make sure that people do not venture. I just want to show you these trees that actually shows the kind of effect a wind that is 60 to 90 speed itself will do. It's like a coconut tree, it's supposed to be strong, but imagine the kind of the wind it is facing. So this is just a major danger because these there are a lot of asbestos sheets and metal sheets over here that can become loose, and these things while flying at high speed will cause serious damage, and that's the reason everybody is asked to stay inside until the cyclone makes a landfall. Any kind of small object can become really devastating. NDRF has also said that people who are living in huts or thatched roof areas, they have also been moved to safe spots. All those relief camps, especially building strong buildings like schools, they've started moving people. Yesterday itself, food also was prepared over there, and the main concern is about providing drinking water. That has also been taken care of. In Bapatla, at least, we could see the 10th Battalion, which is on the ground and making sure that everybody's safe, Nabila.
All right. When you say that, the heavy rains that's battered parts of Chennai, Pramod, you've been tracking those developments as well. We understand that the state government of Tamil Nadu has sought central intervention to ensure aid for those affected areas. 5,000 crores is what they've sought. Tell us more about how the state government and the centre are working in tandem to ensure minimal damage and aid to those affected.
Will have to face, especially Chennai has faced a huge brim of this particular cyclone, severe cyclone Michaung, and it was expected, but not in this much, because what Michaung did is that it was traveling at a speed of 6 to 10 kilometers per hour, so it was kind of stationary only to that area, nearly 70 kilometers away from the coast of Chennai, so that actually brought in extreme amount of rainfall. Now DMK claims it is unprecedented and it has compared it to what happened in 2015. However, DMK government also claims that learning from the past, they also did not they make any kind of mistakes, and they say that all measures were taken, the ministers and everyone were on the ground and they were trying to safeguard. But however, we also saw what this rain, the kind of damage it could cause exactly. There were visuals after visuals of water entering apartments, parked car areas up to at least 2 feet, and spots like Velachery and very important areas were underwater. So this is something people they got reminded of 2015 itself. Even now as we speak, people are being evacuated, essential supplies are being provided by the government staffs and good-hearted volunteers as well. So that's the reason Tamil Nadu is expecting 5,000 crores to it. However, opposition is also asking questions about the stormwater drainage system that was created, over 4,000 crores, but it looks like definitely opposition would rake up this situation. For now, Tamil Nadu government has urged the centre to provide the required assistance to face this the kind of damage caused by severe cyclone Michaung, Nabila.
Right. In most parts of Tamil Nadu and Chennai, we saw waterlogging to that extent. Pramod, most of those residential areas were fully inundated. We see huge damage to public and private property. We would have shown those visuals, but we're keeping our cameras focused around this area of Bapatla, where that landfall is about to hit. It's going to make its landfall about roughly at 2 p.m. That's the information that we have, the process of which has already begun. The cyclone that's gaining momentum, heavy rains in that Bapatla area where Pramod is standing, that's known to be the epicenter. So keeping our cameras rolling there. As much as we know, Pramod, lots of locals there in Chennai have lost out on their private property due to these floods owing to the cyclone.
It sure is, Nabila, because even this time there doesn't seem to be a proper kind of a warning, because everyone knew it was going to rain. But even the state management, missionary claims that this is not something, the amount of rainfall that was expected, and this is something we have to agree with them, because the actual term monsoon itself means gambling. So sometimes such a kind of system brings heavy rainfall, and sometimes it doesn't bring at all. And the past 7 years we've also seen it. But the question that's been put forward is that why even after 4,000 crores has been spent, the water has not, they did not leave the city. For this, the government staff, the DMK government staff and the officials claim that is because the sea level at Chennai is almost the same. And even though for the DMK government claims that proper stormwater drainage system was laid, the bigger issue was that the cyclone staying over there near Chennai, it was actually not allowing the water to leave the city. It was like a tidal lock, because of which the water was only staying inside the city, and that turned out to be a big problem, as on one side there was water collection, and on the other side there was no way for the water to leave. So that became an issue. Now, DMK government once again has said, even Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, his son Udayanidan Stalin, and various other ministers, including the mayor, were on the ground. They were going everywhere providing assistance. But even after that, unfortunately, several deaths were reported, and also many people have sought help, especially about getting essential services, because in many areas power has not been restored to make sure that there is no death due to electrocution. So all these are issues that people unfortunately from Chennai will have to face at least for next 48 hours, Nabila.
Right, Pramod, I really urge you to stay in safe zone. It's really now gaining momentum. You see Pramod's camera visuals there coming in as live images that we're displaying to you on our screens here, showing heavy rainfall in Bapatla, where that landfall is going to happen. Cyclone will make its landfall in about 20 minutes from now. As it gains momentum, we're keeping that very camera of Pramod's rolling to get those live images of this cyclonic storm, Michaung. While showing that on one side, we're also focusing on the kind of devastation that this cyclone has had, an impact that it's had on various areas of Chennai. Chennai continues to face massive waterlogging after heavy rains. Posh localities of Chennai now underwater. Rainfall coupled with strong winds has brought down trees, walls, electric poles. 8 people have died in Tamil Nadu owing to this cyclone Michaung. In fact, as per weather reports, the rainfall has already breached record levels and has matched that of 2015, which devastated Chennai in 2015, the floods in 2015. That's what people are attributing these floods to, that this could be a real nightmare like what they saw in 2015. With these fears now looming, we see the cyclonic storm of Michaung close to making its landfall in Andhra Pradesh's Bapatla. I'd repeat myself, on the left-hand side is our screen where we're showing live images of that cyclonic storm making its landfall in Bapatla, Andhra Pradesh. On the right-hand side of your screens are images of devastation in Chennai, as we see most areas there underwater. Locals struggling to venture out even for basic necessities. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin of Tamil Nadu has taken stock of this flood situation. He said that his government is taking all necessary steps on board footing to provide relief in the wake of Cyclone Michaung, disrupting normal life. Meanwhile, Home Ministry has also kept 29 NDRF teams on standby for the coastal region. Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Puducherry, all on high alert. 14 NDRF teams are deployed in Tamil Nadu, whereas 11 are on standby in Andhra Pradesh. Rescue teams have been kept on high alert, and in Telangana, Puducherry as well, all help has been put in place in case of emergencies. Now, the cyclonic storm Michaung is now coming at a speed of 80 to 90 kilometers wind speed per hour. The gushing winds, as we see, it's gaining momentum and about to make its landfall in Baptla, Andhra Pradesh, the southern coastal region of Andhra Pradesh.